battle for gold, silver and bronze in the snow fascinates crowds everywhere in Germany. Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Munich, Königssee, every competition draws thousands of fans. Huge events like the Winter Olympics also mean increased energy consumption, and this leads to a further pollution of the Earth's atmosphere with CO2. The Munich Bid Book, however, now contains the concept of making the Winter Olympics and Paralympics carbon neutral for the first time in history. The experts calculate an additional output value of 420,000 tonnes of CO2 during the weeks of the Winter Olympics. Boris Schwartz is responsible for the ecological planning at the Bid Committee. We have three guiding ideas. First, to avoid CO2 emissions, then the utilization of renewable energy, and then to balance what is left through national and international compensation measures. The Olympic designers work to this aim hand in hand with a select group of people, like at this workshop. The goal of the workshop is that we agree, in a body of experts, on the CO2 projects that we are planning. We are proceeding with a three-stage plan to reduce 35,000 tonnes through national projects, much of which will be conserved during the Olympic Games, 100,000 tonnes through national compensation projects all over Germany, and 285,000 tonnes through projects in Schwellen and developing countries. We thus primarily analyse the credibility and quality of the projects. After the reductions, 385,000 unavoidable tonnes of CO2 will remain. This additional CO2 contamination can be compensated, however, through the national and international compensation projects so that the Games will be climate natural. Example: Garmisch-Partenkirchen. The snow park becomes an exhaust emissions-free zone because visitors are only allowed to drive emission-free cars. Buses and trains bring the guests to the competition grounds. The concept relies heavily on renewable energy sources like wind and hydropower, or on the use of solar power systems that convert solar energy into electric power, like here at the Münchner House at the summit of the Zugspitze. Example: Munich. The ice skating competitions are to take place for the most part in the existing buildings and sports facilities. Many of the 1972 sports facilities have been updated. Nevertheless, there is great potential there to save energy. That applies, for example, to the waste heat recovery, the glazing of the Olympic swimming pool, where in the near future the potential for energy conservation is to be used. And the new Olympic Village too is to contribute to energy conservation. Here, next to the event arena, apartment buildings are to be built, which will produce more energy than they will use over the year. In a secret two-day meeting at the beginning of December 2010, a brain trust voted for the implementation of these plans.
Die Ökologie hat einen ganz hohen Stellenwert, denn wir
Ecology has a very high value because we want to create a model residential area here and also use the Olympic Games as a platform to promote energy-saving construction and to show what is possible.
Sparendes Bauen zu werben und zu zeigen, was da möglich ist.
These houses and all other measures together already save 35,000 tonnes of CO2. The rest is to be compensated through national and international projects. The football stadium, which was converted for the 2006 World Soccer Cup, affords an example of this. These international projects should, on the one hand, compensate for the CO2, and on the other hand, they should also be sustainable. That means that they should provide additional benefits under social as well as economic aspects. For the Olympic Games, the combination of energy-saving measures and local as well as international compensation mean a sustainable and really valuable environmental concept.
Und wirklich wertvolles Umweltkonzept.
With that, the concept for Munich 2018 fulfills a main criteria which the IOC already asked for in 2007: climate neutral games.